Being part of the automotive sector, MHP built up a very good reputation and an impressive network, not only within the companies of the automobile manufacturers, but also within the supplier industry. Mobility nowadays is particularly an urban issue. We notice a growing connection between private mobility providers and public means of transport, like omnibuses, trams and trains within urban spaces. In the future, it will be relevant to create intelligent, interlinked solutions that give orientation to the people. Future mobility, as we vision it, will focus on the consumer of mobility. Today, the consumer of mobility is represented by the car owner. The possession of mobile vehicles, however, will step into the background, which means that car ownership won't be primarily necessary to be mobile. In the future, we will choose between certain kinds of mobility, depending on the situation. Infrastructure will include three components. For the moment, we especially know traffic infrastructure. However, it will be complemented by digital infrastructure and furthermore by energy infrastructure. Cars will have to be online permanently to ensure new solutions. They'll have to have the capacity to communicate with each other, but at the same time, they'll need to communicate with infrastructure on their own. Certainly, the most popular will be autonomous driving. Sensor technology, computing power and camera technology will enable cars to drive autonomous and to assess traffic situations and to decide on their own what to do. We observe that mobility is no longer guaranteed by one automobile manufacturer as it used to be in the past. Instead, many enterprises that never would have been suspected to are vaunting themselves as mobility providers. Today's mobility is most of all an urban issue. Every time we read something about new mobility in the press, it's mostly about stories taking place in cities. We systematically analysed over 250 projects in Germany relating to mobility. Afterwards, we benchmarked the projects in reference to leading international metropolises. While drafting the MHP Mobility Atlas 2017, we basically asked ourselves, what the status quo do German cities with mobility? In total, the results are rather sobering. There are a lot of projects relating to mobility in German cities. In many cases, we notice that projects focus on electric mobility. Electric mobility actually is just one component of the future mobility. Just as a holistic approach is missing in the cities. Often small individual solutions have been implemented in the cities, but these solutions didn't follow a superior vision for the mobility of the future. Therefore, the focus gets lost. Therefore, the possibility gets lost to create intelligent, interlinked solutions for the future. What we found out throughout our researches, especially concerning Germany, is the existing positive correlation between the topics of digitization and innovation. That means the less digitization projects contained, the less they were innovative. Regarding the 250 case studies in Germany, we had to realize that the amount of projects which we ran in cooperation between public and private enterprises were rather rare. The majority of projects was either realized by a public entity or a private entity. In our opinion, this is a factor that diminished the degree of efficiency and achievement of the projects at the end. In international comparison, Germany ranges in the midfield. Front-runners are countries, such as China, that have a higher need for action and according to that act faster. But also a country such as the USA that, attached to innovation, is more willing to test new concepts of mobility. The world won't be electric tomorrow, and neither will it be autonomous tomorrow. Developments take time. They will come. We have an idea when they will come, and we accompany our clients having a realistic perspective on the new developments on their way towards future mobility. As soon as we, the people working for MHP, have defined the objectives together with the cities for their mobility of the future, it is in particular about breaking down these objectives into practical, feasible individual projects. Mobility is the DNA of the MHP employees. Combined with the digital expertise from 20 years of experience in software and IT consulting, it empowers our clients to meet the challenges successfully.